welcome to the Nittany Report, presented by the SteelFlyers All Sports Network, a show where each week after the final whistle of the Penn State game, your host, SteelFlyers, will break down each game with key plays, up-to-the-minute stats, and great commentary. From Happy Valley to all points in the Big Ten and beyond, we are Penn State. Ladies and gentlemen, this is SteelFlyers, and welcome to the Nittany Report. And we are on Week 5. That's right, Penn State versus Northwestern. We'd like to thank you all very much for joining us on the Nittany Report. I'm SteelFlyers, your host, and we're going to get right into it. By the way, what do you guys think of the new digs? Pretty slick, right? I like to think so anyway. So, Penn State versus Northwestern in a soggy Happy Valley. Yeah, it was pretty bad. From insider reports, I understand that it was really nice for tailgating up until about an hour before kickoff, and then the deluge opened up, and it was soggy from then on. With that being said, Northwestern had pretty much of an uphill climb all day. There was really no pressure on Sean Clifford. He played the whole game, by the way, so playing the whole game. Good on that. And we're going to get into that here in a little bit as far as that's concerned. But I like the fact that he was able to play the whole game, so we like seeing that. I mean, we like seeing, we like seeing number 15 back in there, you know what I'm saying? But we'll take what we can get here for these Penn State boys, and really nice to see this team starting to come together. I have to say that for the first time, we are going to give out a game ball. As you can see over there on the side, the offensive line gets the game ball for this week. Why? 2 running backs over 80 yards for the day, and Clifford was untouched. So, as far as I'm concerned, every single one of them guys gets a game ball from the Nittany Report. So, about the game. Have to say it wasn't the best because, let's face it, it was pretty much, disgustingly wet, raining, horrible, the whole 9 yards. But the bright spots for the Nittany Lions are, yes, your young man, Nick Singleton, and Katron Allen, both kicking it in the teeth. Both had 21 carries. Each one had 87 and 86 yards, respectively, and Singleton had the touchdown. That's why the offensive line got the game ball, because, 2 running backs that are approaching 100 yards. I mean, collectively, just those 2 guys alone was almost 200 yards for the whole entire team. And because there was a lot of rain, there was very little throwing. I believe Clifford was a 10 for 20 and 104 yards. He did have a touchdown pass to our great tight end. That's right, Brenton Strange with another touchdown. Sean Clifford threw that one, but he also threw a pick. So it wasn't really a big passing day with the rain quite heavy coming down in Happy Valley. So we're not going to be expecting a lot out of the passing game, that's for sure. So what did Northwestern do? Well, not much, really, to be honest with you. They put up 7 points. It looked like it was going to kind of be a game there for a minute. But no. Their running attack was pretty much non-existent. Their leading rusher was Evan Hull. He had 11 carries for 45 yards, and after that, it just drops off. Their leading receiver had 4 catches, Danny Navarro, 4 catches for 55 yards, and their one lone touchdown came from Jacob Gill on a one catch for 47 yards for a touchdown on that one. From the Northwestern. Ryan Helensky, he was 15 for 37, 210 yards. He also had a touchdown, and he also had an interception. So this was not going to be a barn burner type of a game because of the weather and everything like that. Penn State dominated, 360 total yards to 241 total yards from Northwestern. Passing yards, Northwestern flipped the switch. Northwestern had 210. Penn State didn't need to run. They had 140 because they had 220 rushing yards. And Northwestern had 31. Anyway, 21 first downs for Penn State, 12 for Northwestern. Time of possession, big time on the Penn State side, 37 minutes to 22 minutes. And the turnover battle was surprisingly interesting. Penn State had a lot of fumbles lost and an interception, but they were still able to win the game because Northwestern was not able to capitalize on all of the goings on here with putting the ball on the ground by Penn State. And that was kind of, and Northwestern also had 3 as well. So there was a lot of turnovers in this game because obviously the weather and not being able to hold on to the ball. And then being a little bit suspect and not really, some of the guys kind of needed to do some things more, tuck the ball a little bit more to keep the ball a little bit more secure. And I bet you that's going to be worked on in practice this week. I bet you any money on that one. At least I hope it is anyway. It sure better be worked on in practice because Nick Singleton had a little sit down there where he coughed up the ball, I believe twice in a row, and he sat for a little while, and Katron Allen came in, was lighting it up, and then Singleton came back in. So that's kind of what happened here with that. So all in all, a good game for Penn State. They now move to 5-0. They were 11th ranked when they came into this game against Northwestern, and I have a feeling they'll probably be at the 10 spot. I think is where the AP poll has them right now, at the 10 spot, going into this coming week. And speaking of this coming week, this is going to be a make or break game here for Penn State, folks. This is the ultimate measuring stick. This has to really be. This has to be the game of games for them. This has to come out and be that game against Michigan at 12 noon at the Big House against number 4th ranked Michigan Wolverines. This has to be the statement game by this defense. This has to be a statement game by this offense. They have to will their way over Michigan and Harbaugh and the team up there in Ann Arbor. I think they can do it. I think they have the defense with Chop Johnson back there and with Porter Jr. back there. I have every confidence in the world in this defense to hold them down, but can the offense do enough to put the points on the board to take care of Michigan? That's what's going to be the thing. That's what I'll be looking for at 12 o'clock noon Saturday, baby. Oh, my. If you're not tuned in, well then, just remember, folks, we are Penn State. Thank you very much for watching the Nittany Report. We'll see you guys next week.